as we have seen in the case of linear queue, where even if there is empty positions in front of the queue due to the deletion of the first few elements, it will show the queue is full. We are going to overcome this disadvantage using a circular queue. Circular queue is a linear queue wherein the last position of the queue is connected back to the first position to make it as a circle. It is also referred to as a ring buffer. Circular queue works by the process of circular increment. As in the case of a linear queue, here also we are making use of two pointers, the front and the rear pointer, to keep track of the first and the last element in the queue. On initializing the queue, when the queue is empty, both the front and the rear pointer is initialized to -1. In circular queue, both the front and the rear pointers are incremented in a circular manner. On circular increment, the array pointers will be incremented to the next position but returns to the first position once the end of the array is reached. On enqueuing an element, first circularly increase the rear index and then insert. On dequeuing, remove the element and then circularly increase the front index. To enqueue elements, the queue should have empty positions. If on circular increment of the rear pointer, if it is equal to the front pointer, then the queue is full. To dequeue elements, the queue should have elements. If the front pointer is equal to -1, then it shows that queue is empty. On enqueuing the first element, make sure to set both the front and the rear pointer to 0. On dequeuing the last element in the circular queue, set both the front and the back to -1. Now we will see an example for enqueuing elements into a circular queue of size n equal to 7. Initial circular queue indicate that the queue is initialized with both the front and the rear pointer set to -1. On inserting the first element, both the rear and the front pointer is incremented to 0. Thereafter, on inserting the second element, 24, rear pointer is circularly incremented. On inserting the third element, 4, rear pointer is circularly incremented to point to the location 2. Inserting the next element, 7, again the rear pointer is circularly incremented to the next position 5. On inserting the last element, 41, rear pointer is circularly incremented to the next position 6. Now we will move on to the next operation of. Now we will see deletion of elements from a circular queue. On deleting element, the first element 21, the front pointer will be circularly incremented from 0 to 1. On dequeuing the second element 24, the front pointer will be circularly incremented from 1 to 2. Similarly, on deleting the elements in order, and at the end, if you have only one element left out in the circular queue, it will be indicated by both the friend and the rear pointer pointing to the same index number. So if friend and the rear pointer is equal, that means there is only one element left out in the circular queue. On deleting that single element left in the circular queue, set both the friend and the rear pointer to -1 so that the circular array is reinitialized. As we have already seen that a circular queue will also be following a first in first out scheme. So if you delete few elements from a circular queue which is full, it will be deleting the elements which were inserted first. So elements at the index position 0 followed by 1 and 2 will be deleted. As we can see in the first figure of the circular queue, this is a condition which arises if I delete 4 elements from a circular queue which was full. Now, if you try to insert elements into the circular queue, we can see that it will be inserted by the circular increment of the rear index. We know that the rear index in the example is given as index number 6. Circular increment of the rear index, which is the last index number, will be incremented to the first index number, which is index number 0. As we know that first index in a circular queue comes right after the last index. So when you try to insert a new element into a circular queue which has already its index number reached at the end of the circular queue indicated by the size of the array -1, which is n minus 1, it will be circularly incremented to the beginning of the first index of the queue. Now, if you try to insert a number 62, it will be inserted into the location indicated by the first index, which was got by the circular increment of rear pointer. Again, if you try to insert another number 13, it will be inserted by the circular increment of the rear pointer. Again, the next number 8 will be inserted into the location indicated by the circular increment of rear index. Now we will see how the enqueuing operation works. For enqueuing an element, we have to first see whether queue is having empty location. The condition to check whether the queue is full is given as on circular increment of rear index. If it is equal to the front index, then the queue is full. Here in the example, rear index is 6 and the front index is 0. On circular increment of rear index, 6 plus 1 mod 7, which is equal to 7 mod 7, we are getting 0, which is same as front index. That means the queue is full. If in other case, if the queue is having empty locations and if you are going to insert an element which is going to be the first element in the circular queue as given in the example, then we have to set both the front and rear index as 0 and then insert the element into the position indicated by the rear index. Else, if there are already elements present in the circular queue, if it is not the first element to be inserted, then increment only the rear index by circular increment and then insert the element into the new location. Now we will see how to dequeue or delete elements from a circular queue. To delete elements from a circular queue, the first condition to be checked is whether elements are present in the queue. The condition to be checked is if friend is equal to -1, that means the queue is empty. In the example which we had considered before, when the queue is empty or when the queue is initialized, both the friend and the rear pointer is initialized to -1. If the friend pointer is equal to -1, that means the queue is empty. If in the other case, if the queue is having at least one element for deletion, then if the element to be deleted is the last element in the circular queue, as in the case of the example which I have shown over here, the condition in which there is only one element left to be deleted is given as if both the friend and the rear pointer is equal, that means there is only one element to be deleted. In such a case, after deletion of the last element, both the friend and the rear pointer has to be set or has to be initialized back to -1. In the other case, if in case the circular queue is having more than one element, then on deletion of the element, suppose on deletion of the element 24, the item will be from the item pointed by the friend pointer will be copied into a variable called item, and then the friend pointer will be incremented, so that the item which is deleted can be displayed later. Now we will move on for seeing the traversal algorithm for displaying the elements present in the circular queue. For displaying the elements present in the circular queue, there should be at least few elements present in the queue. Condition to check whether the queue is empty is given as if the friend index is equal to -1, then the queue is empty. If in other case, if there are elements present in the circular queue, due to the implementation of queue using a circular array, which follows a circular increment, there arise two conditions. One in which the friend index will be less than or equal to the rear index, as in the case given in the example. Here, the friend index is pointing to 0 and the rear is pointing to 4. So, in this example, the friend index is lesser than the rear index. In such a case, we just need to use a for loop in order to iterate and display all the elements right from the friend pointer to the element which is pointed by the rear index. In the second type, where the friend index is greater than the rear index, which is as given in the example shown below. If the friend pointer is greater than the rear index, in the example given, the friend index is pointing to 4 and the rear index is pointing to 1. So the 4 index number is greater than the rear index 1. In such a case, we have to split and display the elements present in the circular queue. So we can use an iteration for displaying the elements present in the circular queue from the value which is there in the circular queue, starting from friend to the last position or the last index, which is known as which is nothing but n-1, whereas n is the size of the array, and then displaying each element present. The other one will be displaying the elements from the index number 0 to the value which is present indicated by the rear index.